Um, okay, so Mr. Muthu Kumaran.
Right, can I start?
Yeah, okay, so I think you may start now. So I will pass the session to you.
All right, thank you. All right. Okay, a very good evening, everyone. Right, hope everyone is doing well. And I also hope that you all are excited to go back to school, right? Okay, the school is going to start very soon, right? Okay, I'm sure most of you are excited. Some may not be that excited. Okay, I'm not so sure, right? Okay, but let's continue, right? Okay, with today's session, right? Okay, so last 2 weeks, we were focusing on paper 1, right? Paper 1, which is reading, right? Reading and use of English, right? So somehow we managed to finish it, right? Okay, last week. So today we're going to go to paper 2, right? Okay, a skill that for a lot of students, okay, is something, a problem, right? Okay, a problematic skill, right? Okay, and a skill that students do not enjoy, right? Okay, based on my teaching experience, whenever I ask them, right? Okay, what is the least, favorite skill in English, right? Okay, for students, of course, the answer will be writing. All right. Okay. In a way, writing and speaking is connected, right? Okay. So you all must know that because you see, basically, is like when people ask you a question, like when it comes to speaking, you are communicating using your mouth, whereas for writing, you are using your hand, right? But actually, both of the skills are quite the same, actually, right? Okay, so I understand, right? Okay, students dread this writing, right? When it comes to writing, they don't like it, right? Okay, there are a number of reasons why they do not fancy writing, because first of all, right, okay, is their vocab, right? Okay, vocab. So students, not all of them, right? Some of them, they have a very limited vocabulary, all right? Okay, and they are also afraid of making this grammatical error, all right? Okay, so in regard to this one, I would like to tell you guys, by comparing it to speaking, right? Okay, normally I'll tell the students that when it comes to speaking, of course, like when it comes to speaking, we are talking about intonation, we are talking about pronunciation, we are talking about stress, we are talking about, like your fluency, right? Okay, your accuracy and so on, right? Okay, of course, grammatical structure, right? Okay, but the most important thing when it comes to speaking is you express yourself, right? Okay, you express yourself when someone asks, right, okay, you a question. If you can answer the question, okay, by giving a relevant information, okay, examples, right, then you have accomplished your task, right? Okay, you may not used correct grammar, right? Okay, you may not use the correct pronunciation, right? Okay, you may not use the correct tone, intonation, whatever it is, right? But the most important thing that you manage to accomplish your task, which is, you manage to express yourself and you manage to give the information required, right? Okay, so that what I will say in regards to writing as well. All right, okay, it's just that students don't see it that way, right? Okay, they are always worried about their lack of fluency and their grammar knowledge and like the sentence structure, okay, limited vocabulary and so on. But actually you don't need to worry about all that. Okay, so with this new format, I would say that it has become a little bit easier, right? Okay, later we will take a look, right? Okay, in detail. And I don't think we can finish the entire writing paper today. All right, okay, so I would like to go step by step, because sometimes when it comes to writing especially, I don't want to bombard you with a lot of information because it will take some time for you to process, all right, the information. So I would like to take my time, right? Okay. And you see, there are 3 parts, right? Okay, in your writing paper. If possible, right? Okay, we will try to, like look into the 2 parts. Okay. Then, if possible, we will go to part 3, but just part of it, right? Okay, part of it, not in full, right? Because I don't want, like I said, I don't want to bombard you with a lot of information, right? Okay, so that's why. Okay, so we will go step by step, and if you have any question, all right, okay, please do not hesitate to ask. All right, okay, please feel free to ask. Okay, and because it's a new format, but writing is a familiar skill, right, for you all, right? Okay, so even though it's a new format, right, okay, but the questions, all right, okay, will be something that you already know, right, okay, previously. So that's what we're going to take a look into, right? Okay, and few tips, I will share a few tips and everything, right? Okay, so if you have any doubts on that, right, okay, please ask me also. I will also share a few do and don'ts, right, okay, when it comes to writing. Okay, so that also, if you have any doubt, please feel free to ask me, right? Okay, so without wasting time, right, okay, let's get into it, right? So today we are focusing on paper 2, right, okay, which is writing. Okay, all right, so paper 2 writing, right? Okay, so the time, okay, allocated for this paper is 1 hour 30 minutes. Okay, basically it's 90 minutes. Okay, later I will do a little bit of math. It's not my strongest suit, of course. Okay, mathematics, right? Okay, it's not my strongest suit, but I will do this math in order to give you, like a clear picture, like how much time that you need to allocate, right, for each of the section, right? Okay, in this writing paper, right? Okay, so it will be easy for you guys, like to set a time, right? Okay, and this is very crucial, right? Okay, timing, right? Time management is very, very essential, right, when it comes to what do you call this, exam, right? Okay, so I know some of you may not be that good at time management, even myself included, right? Okay, I can't say that, like I'm very good at, like time management, right? Okay, but we have to try, right? Okay, we have to try, okay, in order to like you don't want to say that, oh, I do not have enough time, right? Okay, you don't want that to happen, right? Okay, so in order to avoid that, you have to time yourself, right? Okay, so number of parts, you have 3, right? Okay, 3 number of parts. Okay, then what are the task types? All right, okay, you have a short communicative message, okay, which is also known as email, right? Okay, and the second part will be guided writing, right? Okay, and the third part will be extended writing, right? Okay, so among these 3, right, okay, of course, the short communicative message and also the guided writing, I think you have a very good chance of scoring good marks in both of these parts, right? Okay, so the part that, you may find it a little bit difficult, right? Okay, it's kind of like hard to comprehend and also to execute, right? Okay, according to the plan and the techniques, okay, and the strategies, of course, will be the last part, which is part 3, extended writing. All right, okay, why? Later we will look into it, right, one by one, why I say that. All right, okay, so let's move on, right? Okay, so marks, right? Okay, 20 marks for each parts. Okay, 20 marks for each parts, so total of 60 marks. All right, okay, and as I mentioned, all right, okay, in previous weeks, right, okay, 25, right, from this paper will be taken, right? Okay, so there are 4 papers, 25, 25, 25, all together will be 100, right? Okay, so if you manage to get, right, okay, out of this 60 mark, right, okay, if you are wondering, teacher, is there any way, right, okay, like should I know, right? Okay, in what kind of mark range I should get, right? Okay, in order to, like to be safe, right? Okay, well, out of 60 marks, if you are able to get, all right, okay, 35 above, right? Okay, it's considered good, all right? Okay, if you can go 40 above, right? Okay, well, you are safe, right? Okay, but 35, I will say that is kind of like good as well, right? Okay, and of course, if you get more than that, right, 50 or even the range of like 58 or something near 60, that will be excellent, right? Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so here, right, all SPM examination papers are regulated by the Ministry of Education, right? In all examination, the problem, right, okay, with the students is reading and understanding the question need is very important, right? Okay, students normally they go out of the topic, they do not know what they supposed to write, all right? Okay, or they are unable to generate ideas because of this, all right? Because of this, they do not read and understand the questions need, right? Okay, so most student tends to deviate from the main ideas, all right, okay, of the question due to their lack of ability to understand the question properly, like what I was telling you just now, right? Okay, because they go out of the topic because of this, all right? Okay, so that's why understanding of the question is really, really vital, right? Okay, right. Next, okay, once you have understood the question, right? Okay, so this is the second part of it, right? Okay, yeah, understanding question is the first, right? Okay, the second part is you will need to determine the format, right, of the essay to be written, right? Okay, the format, right? What are the formats, right? Okay, of the essay. Okay, so that is very important as well, right? Okay, then there are many different types of continuous writing for SPM English paper, such as, all right, okay, so I think because this is a new format, don't expect, oh teacher, is it going to be something out of like the blue or something new? Actually not, right? Okay, if anything new, right, okay, I will say that the email short communicative message, right, which is previously in previous format, you don't find that, right? Okay, you don't find that, but I think that is good that they include that in this format, the new format, because like we are living in a technological world, right? Okay, it totally dominated, right? Okay, and I believe we regularly, right, okay, send email, right? Okay, so if you do not know how to send email, right, okay, you see most students, because they tend to send a lot of email, right? Okay, they think that yeah, they know how to write an email, right? But actually there is a format for that as well, right? Okay, something maybe you guys would have overlooked, right? Because nobody would have focused on that particular like format, what we need for an email, right? Okay, we think that we know, right? Okay, but later we will take a look, like detail, right? Okay, what are the things that you need to do, right? Okay, all right. So the first type of continuous writing, right? Okay, you need to know, and you should have known this one is narrative essay. All right. Okay. So what we are talking about here, of course, narrative means story with purpose. All right. Okay. And usually first person. All right. Okay. You will be the author of your story. All right. Okay. But sometimes it can be the third person too. All right. Okay, so the third person, all right, okay, where you need to use the passive voice, all right? Okay, all right. The second one is descriptive essay, right? Okay, I don't think I need to give a lot of like explanation onto this one, right? Okay, you guys should know what is a descriptive essay, right? Okay, all right. And so basically the type of question will be explain, right, illustrate, and of course describe. All right. Okay, so that is basically that type of question will come under this descriptive essay. All right. Okay, it also can be written in a debate format. right? Okay, debate format, right? Okay, I don't know how many of you are very good at debate, all right? Okay, I'm a big fan of debate, right? Okay, I love debate, all right? Okay, so, well, if that's that kind of question, you know, like is there, then we will take a look, right? But it's very rare, right? Okay, but we will take a look anyway, right? Okay, all right. Can be first person or third person also, right? Okay, and the last one we are looking here is reflective, right? Okay, reflective. Okay, or also can be considered as argumentative, right? Okay, you argue, right? Okay, so thoughtful, okay, so you give your reasons, okay, and this is also about describing information, okay. All right, so basically I think you all know about all this, okay, types of, you know, like writing, right? Okay, so it's this one, reflective, is normally written in the first person point of view, all right? Okay, all right. Meanwhile, the format and types of directed writing, okay, so directed writing, okay, for the SPM English paper are listed below. So you are looking at article, okay, so this will be in the third part, right? Okay, this is why I said that it will be a little bit difficult, right? Okay, but you guys should know, right? Okay, how to write an article, right? Okay, letter, okay, this should be bread and butter thing for you guys, okay, students writing letter, informal or formal, right? Okay, then of course you have a report, right? Okay, then informative letter, right? Okay, and talk or speech, right? Okay, so under the report, it also also includes review, all right? Okay, because review is kind of like a report, right? Okay, but um, you know, like it's just the function, right? Okay, is a little bit different, right? Okay, for review, but of course review comes under report, right? Okay, so you are reporting about something, right? Okay, normally it's about a book, right? When it comes to review, it's about, basically it's about a place, right, that you can recommend, right? Okay, or it can be a book, right? Or it can also be a movie, right? Movie review, right? Okay, so basically that's what we are looking at, right? Okay, so let's look at, right? Okay, some tips. Okay, so I have, you know, like separated the tips uh, through the 3 stages of writing, right? As you all know, right, we have pre-writing, we have while writing, and we also have post writing. All right, okay, these 3 stages, all right, okay, are really, really important. All right, okay, you cannot you know, like just ignore these 3 stages, right? Okay, so if you guys have any question, right, okay, so please ask me, all right? Okay, kindly ask me. Okay, all right, so let's take a look, right? Okay, this is the first thing that you need to consider, right? Okay, pre-writing, we are still in the pre-writing stage. Okay, drafting, all right? Okay, I know, okay, I know this, that, all right? Okay, as a student, you know, like the student's point of view is they always think that drafting is such a waste of time, all right? Okay, but you know, like you guys are the same, you know, like people who thinks, you know, like for reading, that you all have to read the text and you have to go and answer the question, right? And I said to you guys that, you know, like that is unnecessary, isn't it, right? Okay, but for writing, you know, like you may think that, teacher, you know, like in this case drafting is such a waste of time. uh Maybe because you think like that, because normally, right, okay, you guys do draft, right, okay, in your writing class, right? Okay, but that comes under like brainstorming, all right? Okay, so I know that you guys, you know, your mind straight away wanders, you know, like to there, right? Okay, thinking, oh, brainstorming, like it's like drafting there, where you have to come up with colorful ideas and, you know, like boxes and arrows and so on, right? Okay, so because of that, you guys think that, wow, drafting is a waste of time, right? Okay, actually it's not, right? Okay, let me assure you it's not, right? Okay, drafting will allow you to manage your writing well, right? Okay, on the top of time management, right? On the top of time management, right? Okay, so this draft thing, right? Okay, goes together with the time management, right? Okay, it goes along with the time management, right? Okay, they work like together, right? Okay, in order to make sure that you are on time, all right? Okay, that is determined by your draft, all right? Okay, because you see, sometimes students, or most of the time students, all right, okay, when they do not like draft their ideas, all right, okay, so they will be like wondering, okay, somewhere in what land, I have no idea, right? Whether Wonderland, La La Land, whatever land is this, right? Okay, they'll be like looking for like ideas. Okay, so when you draft your ideas, there is no need for you to wonder about the ideas, right? Okay, you can simply refer to your draft, right? Okay, and you also will know your main ideas, supporting reason, and example constitute well in a paragraph. All right, okay, so that's why. Okay, and I understand why you guys are not in favor of drafting, right? Most students, okay, because you all think that you need to make a proper, colorful, and complicated draft like you guys learn in class, like I mentioned earlier, right? Okay, so normally in class, that comes under the brainstorming part, where you guys come up with all kind of colorful, different color, different fonts, with the different arrows, and like boxes, like shapes and so on, right? Okay, but let me tell you guys, during the examination, there is no need for you guys to do that. All right, okay, so basically, right, how you draft is you just need to scribble on the question paper regarding the ideas. All right, okay, just scribble on the question paper, that's it. All right, that's it. Okay, so you don't need to ask for a draft paper and so on, right? Okay, you can, right, okay, scribble on the question paper itself, right? Okay, that is the way to do it, right? Okay, and okay, this is when you should adopt the concept of 5 wives and a husband. All right, okay, so class, do you remember what are these 5 wives and a husband? Wow, teacher, what is this, right? Okay, so okay, I'm gonna reveal that 5 wives and a husband, but anyone has an idea what I mean by this 5 wives and a husband? Can you all put it in the chat box if anyone knows? I will wait. Just give a try, right? Okay, don't worry. If it's wrong, it's not a problem, right? I'm not gonna scold you guys, right? Okay, all right. Okay, Shamsul is saying how, right? Okay, when? Yep, all right. Okay, good, right? Okay, you guys have the idea, right? Okay, of this 5 wives and a husband, right? Okay, so, well, basically the 5 wives and a husband is who, when, what, where, why, and how, right? Okay, so when you want to draft, you must ask this question, right? You must adopt this concept, right? Okay, who, all right? Okay, when, what, where, why, okay, and of course how. All right, okay, only then you are able to, okay, you know you can organize, okay, your essay. All right, okay, there will be a proper organization, right? Okay, when you use this. Okay, all right, let's move on. Okay, so we are still in the pre-writing stage, right? Okay, another tips, right? Okay, time management, right? Okay, drafting is very important, yes. Okay, but time management, right? Okay, like I said, very important, right? Okay, you need to set a proper and reasonable time for you to complete answering your SPM paper 2 in writing an essay, right? Okay, if you do not, then you guys are in for a big trouble, right? Okay, surprise. Okay, because you see guys, when we are writing, right? Okay, when we are thinking, right? Okay, I know some students may think that, wow, the time is not running. Oh, 1 hour 30 minutes. Oh, it's kind of like long, right? Okay, actually it's not. Actually it's not. right? When you're occupied, all right, okay, when you're drafting, when you're checking, when you're coming up with the ideas, right, okay, believe me, in my opinion, I don't think is enough, right? Okay, so that's why you have to come up with this time allocation, right? Okay, for each of the parts, right? Okay, so remember that you only have 90 minutes and to answer a total of 3 questions, right? Okay, so first question, right? Okay, you have to write around 80 words, okay, and the second question, right? Okay, well, is about 120 to 150 words, okay. Third question, right? Okay, it's about 200 to 250 words, right? Okay, that is kind of a lot, right? Okay, so if you put this all together, right? Okay, the total of 80, 150 and plus 250, right? Okay, it will be 480. All right, okay, like I say, don't think because of this mathematical, like skills that I'm showing you guys, think that, what, teacher, are you good in like are you really good in mathematics? So seriously, no. Right, okay. Mathematics is not my strongest suit, right? Okay, it's not something that I cherish, right? Okay, right, okay, so total will be 480 words, okay. So let's do some math, right? Okay, let's do some math. Okay, I'm sure some of you are here, right? Okay, will be very good at maths, right? Okay, so take a look. Okay, so the first question, right? Okay, so for 90 minutes, okay, so you have 90 minutes, okay, to answer, right? Okay, so you divide by 480. So the 480 is the total number of words, right? Okay, then you multiply with 80 words, all right? What are those 80 words? Those 80 words are the one that you need to write for your first question. So if you do that, all right, okay, if you do that, all right, okay, then you will get 15 minutes, right? You will get 15 minutes. Okay, so you should spend 15 minutes, okay, for your first question. All right, okay, so that is the math. All right, okay, so let's go for the second question. Second question, 90 minutes, all right, divide by 480 and multiply with 150, right? I know that roughly they say approximately you have to write around 120 to 150 words, okay? So I multiply with 150 words, okay? So I managed to come up with 28 minutes, all right? Okay, so you can, like add another 2 more minutes and you can make it 30 minutes, right? Okay, I do not see that as a problem, right? Okay, so the last, okay, the third question, the third part, right? Okay, I'm talking about third part, right? Okay, so you have to write only one question, right? Okay, there'll be 3 choices. Okay, you have to choose one, right? Okay, and you divide that by 400, right, 80 words and multiply with 250 words. Okay, then you get 47. All right, okay, and this one plus minus, you can add another 3 minutes and you can make it 50. All right, okay, so you do the math, okay, then you get, right, 90 minutes. All right, okay, and so from the math above, you know that allocation of time needed to answer all these 3 questions, right? Okay, class, you can take a note, you can put it there somewhere, right? Okay, so that this will be very, very useful for you guys when you are doing your exam, right? Okay, like I say, I take time management very seriously. All right, okay, if you are not able to follow the time, that means you are not prepared, right? You're not prepared. Okay, it's not only necessary, we need to do all kind of other preparation in terms of revision, in terms of like memorization and so on. Yeah, those are important, but like this is way more important than those things, right? Okay, because it will help you to stay organized. All right, okay, all right, so that's another thing that you guys need to remember. However, you will also need to remember that you should always proofread your answer. Okay, this is something that a lot of students, okay, they don't do. All right, okay, they don't do. Well, about our students, what they do when they are finished very early, they tend to go to dreamland, wonderland, la la land, Disneyland, or whatever land they are planning to go. All right, okay, instead of spending their time, all right, okay, to proofread their answer. All right, okay, there could be an argument, right? Okay, saying that, oh, like I've read it, right? Okay, I don't see anything, right, guys? Sometimes, okay, the first time you read, right, you may not find anything, but the second time or the third time, you may find something. All right. Okay. So that's the power of proofreading, right? Okay. So another thing also, have you read your own writing? Okay. You see, students have this, perception that their writing is really good. Okay. So I'm talking about students with a very good level of understanding, very good level of fluency. All right. Okay. Good, like mastery of language, right? Okay. So you see, the students who are like average and like weak, right? Okay, they don't have this like perception, right? Okay, but students who are really good, right? Okay, with language, right? Okay, they have this perception that like, oh, my writing piece is the best, right? Okay, oh, I have come up with a masterpiece, right? Okay, so that is the thought, right? Okay, that students, right? Okay, they have in their mind. All right, but let me tell you that like, until you read your own piece of writing, you will never know. All right, okay, you never know. All right, okay, you need to read. Okay, sometime when we read our own, right, okay, writing, then only we know that, oh my god, right? Okay, whether it's really good or is average or is totally awful, right? Okay, so well, that's why you have to at least, okay, this is a must. Okay, you must spend 10 minutes. Okay, if you skip this proofreading, okay, you skip this proofreading class, you guys are staring at the disaster. All right, okay, so please do not do that, right? Okay, please at least spend 10 minutes for proofreading. All right, okay, this will be very extremely helpful for you guys, right? Okay, all right, let's go to the next one. All right, now we are coming to the while writing stage, right? Okay, so we are done with pre-writing. All right, okay, so I told you about drafting and also time management. Okay, those are the two takeaways from the pre-writing stage, right? Okay, now while writing stage, right? Okay, so the first thing, all right, use simple words. Okay, so this is something that students struggle with. All right, okay, this is something that students struggle with. All right, okay, so the Mina, use a simple word to construct your sentence. Right, okay, when I say this to my students, okay, I get this look from them, like saying, all right, maybe not saying directly but indirectly, that teacher, right, we are what do you call this, form 5. All right, okay, we are seniors. All right, okay, we are considered in a like higher, like upper mediate, right? Okay, or kind of like advanced, right? Okay, so we should be using all kind of this bombastic, like vocabulary, okay, mind-blowing, like something that spectacular, right? Okay, yeah, you can, but what is the problem? Some of the students, because they want to use this mind-boggling, like vocabularies, all right, what they do, they just go to the dictionary and they just, I think they just take the dictionary, okay, they just like tear the dictionary, like pages, and they just like put it in the water, and or they just like just drink or what, I have no idea, right? Okay, sometimes some student come up with all kind of vocabulary, right? Okay, but it is very clear that they have no idea what is the meaning of those vocabularies. Okay, you don't know how to use it, you don't know when to use it, you don't even know whether you're using it the right way. All right, okay, so comparing to that class, if you use a simple word, right, if you use a simple word to construct your sentence, okay, well, what is the problem in that? All right, okay, you see, your task when you write, okay, according to your task requirement, let's say the examiner can clearly understand your language because your language, okay, your words that you have used, right, okay, are very simple. What's wrong in that? Okay, you see, you may not get like the for the marks for the language, right, but still, right, still in terms of the content, in terms of the task requirement, you will be scoring really good marks. All right. Okay. So what? Right. Okay. So that's what I'm telling you. But you see, at the same time, I'm not also saying that, like, teacher, is it that mean that we cannot use very complex, all right, very bombastic words, right? Is it we are not allowed? No, I'm not saying we are not allowed. Of course you can use, right? For students with good level of understanding, you have a large range of vocabulary, right? Okay, with you, right? Okay, fine, go ahead. All right. Okay, you have a very clear understanding of the vocabulary, you know when to use it, right? Okay, fine, go ahead. But students with limited vocabulary, all right, okay, it's nothing wrong if you guys use simple words to construct your sentence. Okay, I know, right? Okay, your teachers will say that, right? Okay, oh, you are senior, right? Okay, you guys are form 5, right? Okay, your level is advanced, right? Okay, you guys have to incorporate, right? Okay, complex vocabulary, complex sentences, all right? Okay, complex sentence structures, all right? Okay, you should attempt all this, but because like I say, not all the teachers are the same, right? Okay, and I'm from one, right? I do not support this notion of, like, just because you are a senior, you are form 5, you need to do that, right? Okay, I don't support that theory, right? Okay, because well, we only can write what we know. All right. Okay, you can be form 5, but your level could be still in, don't take me wrong way, right? Okay, your level, you could be still in form 2 or form 1. All right. Okay, so, oh, teacher, no lah, like, this is not possible. No, I have taught everywhere, right? I've taught everywhere, right? Okay, international school, right? Currently I'm in Chinese school, right? Okay, I've like taught students from overseas, right? Okay, it's a similar story, right? Okay, they might be like their level may suggest that they know, they should know, right? Okay, a lot of things, but their actual level varies from their level, the real level they are in, right? Okay, so that's why I'm saying there's no need for you guys to use complex word if you guys, right, okay, do not know, right? Okay, so use a simple word to construct your sentence is fine, right? Okay, right. Next, you can use jargon or complicated word, but make sure it's not more than 3 words. Okay, even if you were to say to me, what, teacher, I'm an expert, language expert, okay, I know a lot of words, right? Okay, you see, that's why I say just now, right? Okay, some students, they give a lot of importance to vocabulary. In the end, they just turn out to be, their writing turn out to be some kind of like a dictionary, like a dictionary writing, right? Okay, so basically what they ended up doing is they just give all the definition for the dictionary, right? Okay, all the words from the dictionary, they just literally just write that. That's not what I want, right? I want you guys to, you can use complicated jargon and complicated words and everything, but please don't use more than 3, right? Okay, so try to limit, right? Keep it simple, class. All right, if you keep it simple, it'll be simple for you. If you make it difficult, then you guys are the one that making difficult. You should understand that, right? Okay, so why I say this, right? Why use simple word, right? Okay, you see, this is to minimize the risk of misunderstanding from the marker, right? Okay, who perhaps does not know the word, and you might lose some marks there. Okay, again, I say, I won't say the marker does not know the word. I will say that is irrelevant to the context, okay, or is irrelevant to the task. All right. Okay, so you will lose marks there, right? So that's why I say please don't do that, right? Okay. Beside the chance for you to use it wrongly very high to, as you rarely use the word, right? Okay, you see, some students, in order to improve their vocab, right? Okay, what they do is they just go to the dictionary and they just pick up all the words that they think like, wow, sounds wonderful, right? Okay, unbelievable, right? Okay, they want to like come up with out of the box, right? Okay, something new, right? Okay, so but the problem is, you see, some words you always use and you know what is the meaning and you know how to use it in the context, you know how to use it in the sentence. But the words that you do not use and you just simply pick them, in order to use it for your exam, right? Okay, you don't use the word. So how well you know the word? Okay, you have no idea. So that's why you don't, don't jeopardize, all right, okay, your marks, right, by using that, right? Okay. Okay, the second, I know, all right, there are good writers, all right, there are average writers, okay, there are some writers who are like, oh my God, I just want to write a summary, right? Okay, I don't like to write, even 80 words are kind of like too much for some students, right? Okay, so, but regardless of what type of writer you are, right? Okay, it is advisable, right, not to overwrite, okay? Not to overwrite. Please do not overwrite, okay? Okay, so the more sentences you write, the higher the chances are for you to make more mistakes. All right, okay. So that means the more sentences you write, the higher the chances are for you to make more mistakes. All right, why you want to do that? Right, why you want to do that? Right, keep it simple. All right, okay. And so keep your writing minimal and you can reduce the chances of, right, you losing more marks. All right, that's why. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, class. All right. This is handwriting. What? Teachers, this one also is a tips. Yeah, guys, it's a tips, right? Okay. Uh, not all the students have handwriting of, like and how to put it, right? Okay. Not everyone, has, like a beautiful, right? Okay. Yeah, sure, Alia, right? Okay, I will pass this everything. I will transfer this into like a PDF form or the Word form. Then I will just pass it to you guys, right? Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, no need to worry about it. Okay, thank you for the question, right? Okay, definitely I will give it to you guys. Don't worry about it. Okay, no worries. All right. So coming back to handwriting. Okay, coming back to handwriting. Okay, so guys, this is very important. You know why? Some of you may have, like a very good, like language control, right? Or you all can write very well, right? Okay. But one problem, your handwriting is like a chicken writing. You know what is chicken writing? Even if you were to use, like a telescope or magnifying glass to find, what you have written, sometimes it's a nightmare for the examiners, because students' handwriting is really, really, like something incomprehensible, right? Okay, something that they cannot understand, right? Okay, they cannot read. Okay, all right, no matter what they try, right? And let me tell you, the examiners, they are not too keen, like, you see, they got a lot of papers to be marked, all right? Okay, so when they take one mark, right? See, I've been an examiner before, right? Okay, for this Chinese examination, right? UBC, right? Okay, and so for SPM, right? Okay, so I know. So you see, I know the mindset of a what do you call this examiner, right? Okay, you see, when we take a paper to mark, right? Okay, so the first thing I will look is, okay, I want the student to make it easier for me, all right? Okay, and of course, the first thing I see is handwriting. The second thing I see is whether the student, like made it easier for me to understand, or whether the student come up with all kind of these complicated terms and jargons and, like all kind of these idioms or whatever it is, right? Okay, like phrases or expression they come up with, like it's too complicated. I don't like that. I like to keep it simple, and I believe all the examiners are the same, right? Okay, so you have to be very, very careful when it comes to handwriting, all right? Okay, and please be careful with your font, right? Okay, font. Okay, don't write very, very small in a small font. Like I say, not all the, like examiner going to use a magnifying glass to check your, like handwriting. So don't give the trouble, right? Okay, when students do this, what will happen to the examiners? Okay, guys, you must understand, examiners are also human being, right? Okay, they also tend to get upset, all right? Okay, they also, because they need to mark a lot of paper, and it's normal for them to get irritated or annoyed, all right? Okay, so please don't do that. Please don't do that, because sometimes they will not, like mark the papers which they find very difficult. They will just put it aside. Okay, they will go for the the paper they find very easy for them to mark, right? Because you see, as a student, you guys, right, okay, always want to do everything quickly. You want to finish, right, okay, and you guys to be very relieved once something is done, right, okay. Example, your presentation. The same thing goes for the examiner. They also want to mark the paper as fast as they can, right, okay. So when they want to do that, right, okay, when they see a paper, let's say they see a paper where the handwriting is totally like oh my god, it's cursive. Let's say you use cursive handwriting and it's totally like chicken, right? Chicken handwriting, all right, okay, and it's like really incomprehensible, something that you can't even understand a single thing, right, okay. You think they will entertain? Okay, they will just put it aside, all right, okay. So that will happen. So don't do this, all right, okay. So make sure, okay, your handwriting is neat, right, okay. Your handwriting must be very neat, right, okay. This is very important, not only for the examiner but also, okay, class, another reason, all right, last year, right, okay. Well, you see, whether they do it in online, whether they do it, all right, okay, physically, all right, okay, guys, marking is not something very easy, all right, okay. And you know, like conducting this online class, okay, you see, I am conducting online class, okay, for my, you know, like my school also, they are online class, everything, right, okay. And we also had our exams conducted online, okay, right. We are done with our exams, all the exams conducted online, and you see, we were forced to mark the papers online, okay, which is such a hassle, all right, okay, for the examiners, okay. And like I say, if I have to choose whether mark, you know, like physically, all right, okay, directly, right, okay, with the paper, with your hand, all right, okay, or online, I think I will choose physical marking, right, okay, all right. I do not, you know, fancy this online marking, all right, okay. So regardless of the marking, right, okay, please do not give yourself, you know, like a tough chance of, you know, like the examiners getting frustrated with your handwriting, get frustrated with your difficult, you know, like, or very complicated, you know, like use of words and everything. Don't do this, right? Keep it simple, and the examiner will love that, right, okay, will thank you for that, right, okay. It's not easy, whether online, okay, whether, you know, like physically, right, directly you do that, right, it's not easy, right, okay. So like I say, right, it's not only important for the examiner, your handwriting should be neat, it's for yourself also, guys, girls. You know why? If you do not know what you have written, you know, like you may say, teacher, you know, like we know what we have written because it's basically our handwriting. I understand that, but sometimes you may not able to spot your mistakes because of your handwriting, okay. Because of your handwriting, you can't spot the mistakes, okay. So when you proofread, you can't find anything because your handwriting is that bad, right, okay. So that's what basically I'm trying to say here, class, all right, okay. So let's move to post writing. So we are done with while writing, right, okay. So now we are going to post writing, all right. The first thing in post writing is proofread, right, okay. Proofread, okay. I know students don't enjoy this, all right, okay. They prefer to go to dreamland wonderland if they have extra time, right, okay. uh, Class, proofread, all right, okay. This is very important, okay. So what do you need to proofread? Okay, check your punctuation, all right, okay. You see, punctuation errors are very common, all right, okay. But you may think that, oh, teacher, we know that, right, okay. Do you are you sure? All right, okay. We cannot be sure of anything, right, okay. Comma, exclamation mark, right, question mark, all right, okay, inverted comma, okay, capital letter, right, okay, everything. So you must be very careful, right, with that, okay. And of course your spelling, okay. Your spelling is very important, right, okay. Yeah, so all this comes under language, right. All this comes under language, right, okay. That's one, okay. Then what else you have to check? You have to take note of your grammars, right, okay. Especially the tenses, right, okay. So the tenses, all right, are very important, right? Okay, you need to know, right? Okay, are you using the correct tense? Okay, if you are not, please check that, right? Okay, subject verb agreement, right? That is very important, right? Okay, so what else? I mean, like the noun, right? The word formation, the correct word formation, everything comes under this one, right? Make sure it's consistent when you come to tenses, right? Tenses, I'm talking about tenses. Make sure the tenses are consistent, right? Okay, don't suddenly, like you are talking about in past tense and out of nowhere you are going to future tense, right? Okay, then suddenly, like you jump to present tense, right? Okay, so it cannot be like that. It cannot be inconsistent. It has to be consistent, right? So that the examiner get the gist of your, right? Okay, your writing, right? Okay, so that's very important. Check your essay organization, something that most students don't do. All right, okay. You see, class, another thing that makes the examiner love your writing, right? Okay, right, okay, for them to give a good marks for you, your essay is organized, all right? Okay, so later we will check at the questions, right? Okay, then you see how we organize the essay, right? Okay, so I will show you some suggested answer. Then you see for yourself, right? Okay, how they have organized the essay, right? Okay, then you will get a picture, right? Okay, what we are talking about here, right? Okay, make sure whether the format of writing is correct, class. Very, very, very extremely important. Okay, if you get the format wrong, if you are wondering, teacher, are we going to lose a lot of mark? No, but you will lose mark in your language, right? Okay, again, format comes in the language. Okay, content got nothing to do with this format, right? Okay, so don't worry about that, right? Okay, and next, make sure there is no repetition of ideas or word, right? Okay, this is why you need a draft class. Okay, this is why you need a draft. When you don't have a draft, okay, when you guys are thinking, right? Okay, spontaneously you guys are thinking on the spot, you try to figure out, right? Okay, the ideas, right? There's a chance that you may repeat, all right? Okay, and you will never know it because why? You have nothing to refer to, all right? But when you have your draft, let's say you are writing about, the second thing, something that you already written in the first paragraph, then you will know, hey, what I'm doing, right? Okay, I'm repeating the same thing again, right? Okay, then you will refocus. But when you don't have that, right, how are you supposed to do that, class? Okay, you don't have any kind of reference. Okay, so the draft is your reference. Okay, right? Okay, so make sure you have fulfilled the requirement of the questions as well. This is another very, very important, okay, aspect of these questions, right? Okay, and class, the requirement, right? Okay, is the content, right? Okay, like I say, grammar, tenses, organization, format, punctuation, spelling, all these are really, really important. But in order to score the marks, okay, you see, similar to speaking, what I told you guys, express yourself. Did you manage to, accomplish the task, the requirement? Have you managed to fulfill the requirement, task requirement? Yes or no? If yes, well, you no need to worry, all right? Okay, the marks that will be deducted for this, like this language aspect of it, like it's nothing compared to the marks that you're going to get by getting the good, points, the content and the requirement, right? Okay, so that's what basically, right? Okay, so let's look at part one. Okay, so I have given you guys the tips. Okay, so like what Natasha asked just now, right? Okay, don't worry, I'll put it in a paper, right? Okay, in a PDF form, right? Okay, I'll send it to you guys so you guys can, like take note of all those tips, all right? Okay, for your writing, right? Okay, so like I say, I've separated pre, while, post. Why? Because I cannot give tips as overall, right? Because you see, writing involves these three stages, right? Okay, so for these three stages, you need to use those tips, right? Okay, then only you can produce effective writing, right? Okay, so let's go to part one. So this part one will be short communicative message, or also known as email. Okay, right. So you must answer this question. All right. Okay, there's no way you avoiding this question. All right. Excuse me. All right. Sorry, I kind of like became thirsty. All right, talking for so long. All right, sorry. All right. So you must answer this question, right? Okay. So question one. Okay, I give you a sample. Right. You received an email from your friend Derek, who is working on a school project. Right. Okay. So this is the email. Right. Okay. I have to compile health tips from peers in order to produce a poster for Science Week. Can you help by sharing one thing you do to maintain good health and why it is important? What acumen is needed? I don't want to be nosy, but can you also share who do you do this activity with? Write soon, Derek. Okay, so the instruction now. Now, write an email to your friend about 80 words. Write your answer below. All right. The first thing, okay, about the instruction about writing the email, right? Okay, it's stated that 80 words. If anybody is wondering, sir, if we were to write more than 80 words, okay, is there any, like marks deduction because we have exceeded the words limit? No, there is none. But like I say before this, when I was telling you guys, I was giving you guys tips, I told you one thing: don't overwrite. Okay, don't overwrite. Okay, so if you say you are a good writer and you are not, used to writing 80 words, okay, basically if you are used to writing around, if people ask you to write 80, you can only write, write 100. Okay, so keep it that, right? Okay, if 80, right? Okay, if you want to go like 90, okay, still acceptable. 100 is still okay, I guess. But if you were to go more than 100, that is not something I will recommend. All right. Okay, that's not something I'll recommend. Okay, so that in terms of the words. Okay, now you need to find what is the requirement of the task. All right. Okay, you have to underline. Okay, so read again. Okay, you can see from here. So this Derek is asking you to help him with something. What is that? Okay, so write your email to your friend in about 80 words. Write your answer below, right? Okay, so you'll be given something like this. All right. Okay, so to subject, right? Then you have to write your answer, right? Okay, now the next thing you have to do is you have to find the, all right, okay, what you have to do. Can you help by sharing one thing you do to maintain good health? All right, the first thing, right? And why it is important, the second thing, right? Okay, so one thing you do to maintain good health, right? Okay, please underline the word one. They just ask you one, don't give two, don't give three. All right, okay, nobody asked you to do that, right? Okay, one means one, right? Okay, that's it. All right, why it is important? Okay, good. What acumen is needed, right? Okay, I don't want to be nosy, but can you also share who do you do this activity with? Okay, so I hope you guys got it, right? Okay, so these are the things that you have to underline, right? Once you got your question, underline. These are the requirement of the task. Okay, all right, so let's move on to next, right? Okay, so question one, the suggested answer. All right, okay, let's look at suggested answer. Then after that, we will analyze the suggested answer so that you guys know, right? Okay, how they have given the answer. All right, okay, did the answer given fulfill the task requirements, right? Okay, all right, let's begin. Okay, so this is the sample answer. All right, okay, this is the sample answer. All right, okay, 2. So I've given the derek@gmail.com, right? Okay, so to derek@gmail.com. This is something that you should come out with. All right, okay, so any email address is acceptable. So of course you must come up with subject. As you know, that Derek asked about, like basically is asking about health tip, right? Okay, or healthy tips. Okay, so whatever subject you give, it must be relevant to the like the task, right? Okay, so hi Derek, I would love to land a N, right? Okay, so I stay healthy by exercising. I go for a jog thrice a week. It helps me strengthen my muscles, improve my cardiovascular fitness, and maintains my weight. Besides, jogging boosts my endorphins, which help me manage stress. The equipment I need is a pair of trainers and comfortable exercise clothes. Sometimes I take my phone so I can listen to my favorite songs. I usually jog alone, but every now and then my father joins me. Good luck, David. All right. Okay. So this David is your name. All right. Okay. This is very simple. All right. But students can get it wrong. But class, I can assure you, if you guys get the task requirement correctly, if you write the correct format, right? Okay, to the subject, right? Okay, so the chance of you guys getting, like almost the full mark is always there, right? Okay, because it's email we are talking about, and I'm sure that all of you guys are familiar with email, right? Okay, all right, let's analyze these, like the sample answer, right? Then only we know, right, whether they have fulfilled the task or not, right? Okay, all right. Is the task requirement fulfilled? Okay, yes, all aspects of the task were addressed and elaborated, right? So what are those aspects, right? So if you remember the question, okay, we come up with 4 requirement, right? Okay, 4 things that he need to answer, right? Okay, the first thing he asked was, what is the one thing you do to maintain good health? All right, okay, so can you see that here? All right, okay, can you see that here? Okay, so as you can see, I stay healthy by exercising. I go for a jog thrice a week. Okay, so that explains, right? Okay, what is that one thing to maintain good health? Okay, all right, I stay healthy by exercising. All right, okay, so if why they give extra information, I go for a jog, because you know why, guys? If you just simply say, hey, one thing I do is I exercise. Well, exercise is a very general word, right? Okay, so what form of exercise you are talking about here? All right, okay, you have to be specific in this case. All right, okay, you can write straight away, like I go for jogging, all right, okay, to stay healthy. You can start like that, but right, okay, this gives you, like, you see, for the students who think that sir, I'm not a, like a good writer. I struggle to write long sentences, right? Okay, I find it very difficult. So this is for you. So you can say, I stay healthy by exercising. Then you can give a following sentence by being specific, saying that I go for a long jog thrice a week. All right. Okay. So then next. So the next aspect is importance. All right. Okay. Importance of, you know, uh, what you do. What is the importance? All right. Okay. What it helps you, right, to do. Right. Okay. What you do. Right. Okay. Why is important. Right. Okay. So you can see that. Right. Okay. So they have given that it helps strengthen my muscles. improve my cardiovascular fitness and maintains my weight, right? Besides that, right? Okay. Jogging boosts my endorphins, which help me manage stress, right? Okay. So you have given the importance, okay, why it is important for you to exercise, right? Okay, so because it helps me strengthen my muscle, improve my cardiovascular fitness, and maintain my health, right? Okay, right. Okay, so the next one, right? Acumen. Okay, what are the acumens you use, right? Okay, what are the acumen, right, used, right? Okay, so the acumen I need is a pair of trainers and comfortable exercise clothes, right? Okay. Sometimes I take my phone so I can listen to my favorite songs. All right. Okay. So class, if you look at the sentences that I've used here in the suggested answer, I might have used little bit difficult word. Example, cardiovascular, right? Endorphins. Okay. Other than those two, I don't see anything difficult, right? But if you say, teacher, can we use even more simple word? You are welcome. Feel free to do that, right? Feel free to do that, right? Okay, you can use even more simple words, right? Okay, it's nothing wrong at all, right? Okay, so that is acumen, right? Okay, and the last one, who is done with, right? Okay, they ask the question, right? With who you do this one, right? Okay, so that one, right? You can clearly see that, right? Okay, so you see, you can straight away give the answer, you know, right? Okay, oh, I jog with my father sometimes, right? Okay, but you see, in order to, you know, like prolong the sentence, they have given that I usually jog alone, but every now and then my father joins me. All right. Okay. Every now and then my father joins me. All right. Okay. So it's very simple. All right. Okay, guys. That's what I mean that simple. Right. Okay. I know most of you have this question. Teacher, you have given the answer. The suggested answer is in paragraphs. Okay. Normally, we don't use, you know, like paragraphs for our email. So is it necessary? Is it a must? Class, it's not a must, all right? But you know why I put paragraphs? This is the part the organization comes in, all right? Okay. You can put all this in one paragraph, okay? But do you think you make the examiner's task easier or difficult? You see, they ask you 4 things. So I put 2 separately. I put 2 separately. All right. Okay. So what I do and why it is important, I put in one paragraph. The acumen and who do I do this with, I put in another paragraph. So it looks presentable, right? Okay. And it also helps the examiner to catch your point very quickly. All right. Okay. And believe me, the examiner will be very happy. Being examiner myself, I'll be happy if I see this. All right. Okay. But if they only ask you to, you know, like come up with 2 things, should you come up with 2 paragraphs for that? Of course, no need lah, right? Okay. If they ask you very little, right? Okay, then you can write in a 1 paragraph. There's no need for you to guys to come up with 2 paragraphs. But here, because they're asking 4 things, that's why, right? Okay, I put in 2 paragraphs. Okay, all right, class. All right. Let's take a look at the next one. Okay, so what about the organization, right? Okay, that's what I'm talking about just now, right? Okay, so yes, there is an appropriate salutation. All right. Okay, so as you can see, the salutation, hi Derek. Okay, hi Derek. Okay, so you cannot straight away, you know, like, oh, you know, say, all right, okay, this one. And if you are wondering, teacher, can we write good evening and everything? Guys, email, it depends on, you know, like who you are writing this email to, right? Okay, if I'm writing this email to, right, okay, someone very important, right? Okay, right, okay, something related to official work, of course I'll use good morning, good day, right, good evening, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, or okay, sir, madam, or whatever it is, right? Okay, but here we are talking about basically talking about your friend. So your friend, informal language should do, right? Okay, so informal salutation will do. Hi, Derek. Okay. Hey, Derek, right? Also will do, right? Okay. So that is that, right? Okay. Then you can see that they have introduction, right? Okay. They have introduction, right? Okay. So I stay healthy by exercising, right? Okay. So if you're wondering, teacher, can we give a different kind of introduction? Like exercising is very important. You see, guys, if you start like that, exercising is very, very important, in everybody's life. I stay healthy by exercising. That doesn't sound like you are writing an email. That sounds like you're writing an essay to your friend, right? Okay, as though your friend is a teacher and your friend is asking you to write an essay to him, and you guys are starting with exercising is very important in life. Staying healthy is the most crucial part of our daily life. That is not an email. That is an essay. All right. Okay. So that's why the introduction I incorporated with the the requirement, one of the requirement of the task, which is all right. Okay. One thing to maintain good health, right? Okay, so I use that. I stay healthy by exercising. So that is considered kind of like all right introduction, or you can say this is also an introduction. I would love to lend a hand, because you see, someone has asked me a question, right? Okay, Shami is asking, right? Okay, can we only write name and not signature on the signature part? Yeah. All right, you don't need to put signature. There is no need for signature. Basically, in email, you won't be writing you won't be using your signature, right? Okay, email is not a letter, isn't it? Right? Okay, so basically you guys don't need to use your signature, right? Okay, you guys just write your name. That's it. Basically, it's your friend we are talking about. Like I say, the context here is a friend, right? Okay, so why for your friend, why you need the signature and everything, right? Okay, isn't that that's kind of like too much for your friend? You're writing signature, you're putting your signature and everything, right? Okay, and we are not that formal with our friends anyway, right? Okay, so don't worry about that lah, right? Okay, so here the introduction part, right? Okay, I would love to lend a hand, because you know why? Because your friend is asking a favor, right? So you must tell your friend whether you are going to do it or not, right? Okay, so you also can send an email declining your friend's request, isn't it? Right? Okay, so that's why this is important, that for you to mention that, oh, I would love to lend a hand. Okay, I would love to lend her hand, right? Okay, so that is that, right? Okay, as you can see, the other thing here, right? Okay, body paragraph. Okay, that's why I say, why, right? Okay, we need to use body paragraph in order to organize your all right points properly, all right, okay, neatly, all right, okay, and more effectively, so that it can be easily spotted out, right, okay, by the examiner, and so that they can easily mark them, right? Okay, concluding sentence, right? Okay, concluding sentence and sign off here, right? Okay, so concluding sentence here is like, well, your friend need this information for some kind of like project, right? Okay, so it is good if you can come up with good luck, all right? Okay, good luck, right? Okay, all the best, all right? Okay, right? Okay, hope I can help, right? Okay, all the best, all right? Okay, good luck, all right? Okay, so that is something that you can write down, right? Okay, and of course, sign off here mean your name, right? Okay, like what this question asked by Shami. We no need to write, we no need to use your signature, right? Okay, only name should be sufficient, right? Name should be sufficient, all right? Okay, so that is that. Okay, now let's take a look at, right? Okay, and another one in the organization, right? Okay, the recipient's email address as well as the subject is written at the top. Okay, class, very, very important, right? Okay, derek@gmail.com, right? Okay, come up with any email address, right? Okay, and subject, very important, right? If you don't have this, marks will be deducted, right? Okay, so you have to be careful that, right? Okay, so what about the tone, register, and suitable, right? This is basically talking about language. So the tone register is suitable for informal email, right? Okay, so as you can see, hi Derek, I love to lend a hand, because you see, I would love to lend a hand. You use the short form there. So normally you don't use short form in the formal writing. Okay, you can't. But here You are allowed to, because we are in the formal setting, informal setting. So no problem lah, right? Short form and exclamation, right? Okay, I use, right? Okay. So as you can see that good luck, the exclamation mark there, right? Okay, I'd love to lend a hand, the exclamation mark are there, right? Okay, so this is basically we are talking about lah, right? Okay, so I hope you guys are clear on this email. Okay, so before we move to part 2, right? Okay, part 2, right? Okay, is there any question, guys? Is there any question? Let me show you the email, right? Okay, the suggested answer. Any question that you guys have on this particular part 1, right? Okay, communicative message, which is email. Anything that you guys are not clear, right? Okay, teacher, you know, like this one doesn't strike me, right? Okay, this one I'm still having a doubt, right? Okay, anything, guys, girls? Or shall we continue to part 2? Clear, right? Okay, if you guys are not clear, please feel free to ask me, right? Okay, feel free to ask me, right? Don't hesitate, right? Okay, right? Okay, if you guys are clear, I'm happy. So I'm going to proceed. All right. Okay, I'm going to proceed to the next one. Right. Part 2. All right. Okay, so here we are talking about guided writing, right? Guided writing. Okay, so part 2 also is a good opportunity for you guys to score marks. Why? Guys, is guided writing. What is guided writing? So that means they will give you something, right? They will guide you, right? Okay, so that's what I mean by guided writing, right? Okay, so let's look at this. So you must answer this question as well, right? Okay, right, write your answer in 125 or 150 words in an appropriate style, right? Okay, so question 2, right? Okay, your class has been discussing ambitions and your teacher has asked you to write an essay about an occupation you would like to explore in the future. So this falls under the category of like a description, describing, right? Okay, where you have to explain why, all right, okay, right, okay, or you have to describe, all right, okay, what is your, I mean, what occupation you like to explore in the future. All right. Okay. So in your essay, you should write about, okay, this is what I mean by guided writing. Okay. They will provide you with the necessary detail that you need to include, right? Okay. You need to have. So this is the task requirement, right? What occupation you like to explore? Okay. What? So please be clear about that. Okay. So that is one, right? Okay. Reasons for your choice. Okay, reasons for your choice. For what choice? If you say, I'd like to explore, okay, being a, you know, like teacher, right? Okay, why? Okay, give your reasons. Support with your reasons. Okay, your choice with your reasons, right? Okay, so the next one, the impact of the profession on the society. Okay, what are the impact, okay, that your profession of your choosing, right, okay, has on the society, right? Okay, so that is something that you have to include, right? Okay, so write your essay, right? Okay, using all notes and giving reason for your point of your view, right? Okay. So class, when we talk about essay, right, basically, right, okay, you guys know that the layout of an essay, we have introduction, we have body paragraph, we have what do you call this, conclusion. Okay, since this is about ambition, you can start with introduction. Ambition is, everyone has their own ambition, right? Okay, but whether they manage to fulfill is a totally different story altogether, right? Okay, so you can start with that kind of like what do you call introduction, right? Okay, but if you want to include, right, okay, your introduction with your point, right? Okay, example, what occupation you'd like to explore. If you want to use that as an introduction also is possible. All right. Okay. But why, if I will suggest you guys to do that, because you see, you have to write 125 to 150. Okay. So even though the essay layout, the normal essay layout, you have introduction, right? Okay. Body paragraph, conclusion, right? Okay. But the task requirement is important here, right? Okay. So that's what you should be focusing on instead of, right, the introduction, right? Okay. So basically that's what I'm trying to say, right? Okay. So now let's look at the suggested answer, okay, and find out, right, okay, how they have done this, right? Okay. All right. So I have always had my heart set on becoming a surgeon. A surgeon is a medical doctor who specializes in treatment through operations. It takes years of tough training to become a qualified surgeon. Nevertheless, I am determined. Okay, so first, right, why? Okay, so here the first thing they already tell you. Later we will analyze. Okay, now you just take a look only lah, right? Okay. Firstly, I find the human body fascinating. Each tissue, organ, and system is vital to ensure that person is functioning optimally, and surgeons do the work of restoring these parts in the event of damage. To illustrate the impact of surgeons on society, we can cite the Director General of Health, Dato Dr. Noor Isham Abdullah, as a prime example of a surgeon who is handling a national health crisis. Besides carrying out operations, surgeons also make a positive impact on their patient's life through kindness during consultations. In conclusion, my ambition is driven by both my personal interest as well as the contribution it makes on the society. Therefore, I vouch to fulfill these career aspirations. Okay. Again, class, I would like to reiterate that teacher, wow, a lot of tough vocab, right? Okay. This is something that I just come up with, but if you were to use simple vocabulary, simple word, class, please do so, right? Okay. Do not, like don't be limited by, that the belief that you have to come up with all these bombastic words and everything. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that, right? Okay. So you see, if you were to give, like the information using a very difficult word, right? Okay. Example, okay, the last one. Therefore, I watch to fulfill this career aspiration, right? Okay, aspiration. Wow, what is aspiration, right? Okay, you do not know the word. Go for something simple. Career choice. Choice is everything. Everybody knows, right? Okay, and it's a very simple word, isn't it? Right? Okay, so go for that. No need to go for something very difficult. All right. Okay. Aspiration may be something that you guys are not so sure, isn't it? Right. Okay. So basically, you see, I just use 4 paragraph, right? Okay. 4 paragraph. Okay. So let's take a look at the sample answer, right? Okay. So analysis of the sample answer, right? Okay. So is the task requirement fulfilled? Okay, yes, all aspects of the task were addressed and elaborated, right? What is that? What occupation you like to explore, right? Okay, so I have always had my heart set on becoming a surgeon, right? Okay, and if you notice correctly, they don't just stop there. She's still giving, all right, okay, the introduction is still given there, right? Okay, who is a surgeon, all right? Okay, you see, you can answer the question by stopping that. Oh, I always want to become a surgeon, right? Okay, but you already answered the question, but you can stop. But actually, you can, like give more layers into your sentence by giving, right? Okay, surgeon. Who is a surgeon, right? Okay, you cannot assume that, hey, if I just put surgeon, everybody knows, right? Okay, no, you don't know that, right? Okay, so you must explain. A surgeon is a medical doctor who specializes in treatment through operations, right? Okay, So that is that particular question, right? Okay. So it takes years of tough training to become a qualified surgeon. Okay. Nevertheless, I'm determined. This is all extra information just to make up the first paragraph, right? Okay. So next, reasons of your choice. Okay. Why surgeon is your choice? All right. Okay. Why surgeon is your choice? All right. Firstly, I find the human body fascinating, right? Okay. Each tissue, organ, and system is vital to ensure the person is functioning. And surgeons do the work of restoring these parts in the event of damage. All right. Okay. So you tell why you choose this, right? Okay. You explain, right? Okay. If you're wondering, teacher, how many, reasons you can give? 1, 2, 3, if you want can, but don't go too long, right? Okay. So that is that, right? Okay. And the third one, the impact of the profession on the society, right? Okay. What is the impact, right? Or what are the impacts, right? Okay. So to illustrate the impact of surgeon on society, we cite the, all right. Okay. So you see the example, something very relevant, right? Okay. Something very current, right? Okay. We're talking about the COVID issue, right? Okay. So you can give additional also, right? Okay. So example, impacts also you can give 2, right? Or 3, right? Okay. Don't go more than that, right? Okay. So that is impact, right? Okay. Now, what about the organization? Okay. So yes, there is an appropriate introduction, right? Okay. And conclusion, right? As you can see, right? Okay. They start the introduction with, I always want to set becoming a surgeon. Who is a surgeon? You have introduced that, right? Okay. So you have a proper conclusion as well, right? Okay. Nothing wrong with this conclusion. Okay. Nothing wrong with this conclusion. All right. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. All right, nothing wrong with the conclusion as well, right? Okay, so basic linkers, cohesive devices, strengthened structures are varied, right? Okay, class, what I'm talking about basic linkers, I think you all should know by now. I'm talking about transition signals, all right? Okay, besides, nevertheless, all right? Okay, and therefore, right? Okay, and cohesive mean you have to relate, right? Okay, you see, when they ask you the question, right? Okay, what you want to do, can you give the importance, right? Okay, so you must, the reason for your choice, all right, you have to join that, right? Okay, the first reason, right? Okay, you have to mention that, right? Okay, so then only people can understand, right? The cohesiveness is there, right? Okay, so that is that, right? Okay, and sentence structures, right? Okay, so let's look at the language. So as you can see, the tone register is suitable for an essay. The language is fairly formal, right? Okay, that's why you do not see, right? Okay, the slang or informal languages, short forms, all right? Okay, in this one, right? Okay, so you must understand that this essay is formal language. Okay, so formal, please don't use short forms. You cannot use short forms, right? You cannot use slangs, right? Okay, you cannot use slangs, all right? Okay, so that is not suitable here, right? Okay, so these are the things we are talking about, right? Okay, so I think we are done with this, what they call part 2, right? Okay, so let me show the answer, the suggested answer. Okay, guys, I think we have come to the end, right? Okay, so I think the part 3, I will suggest we go next week, right? Okay, we will go next week, because if I were to continue now, right? Okay, then it will be like kind of like like halfway through. So we have done with part 1, we have done with part 2, and like I say, part 3 is the most difficult part, right? Okay, in paper 2 for your writing paper, right? Okay, so I would like to just give this 1 week, full week for that, right? So next week we'll be focusing on part 3, right? Okay, part 3 on this what do you call writing paper, right? Okay, after that we will move to the speaking, right? Part 3, paper 3, speaking, right? Okay, so I have some ideas, okay, how to, help you guys with the speaking. So that one later I'll explain to you guys, right? Okay. So before we finish our session today, right? Okay, we still have 1 more minute, right? Okay. About this part 2, right? Okay. Any questions, right, about this essay writing? Yeah, I mean, because you are, within that instruction, right? The instruction says that 125 words to 200, 200 words, right? 250 words, right? Okay. So if you do that, you are still okay, I guess, right? Okay. The key word here, the key thing here is, make sure even if you write 125, all the required information must be there. Okay, must be there. If it's not there, then you will have problem. Okay, then you will have problem, right? Then you have problem, right? Okay, so even though you write 125 words, but is it possible for you to include all the required information? If you can, then you got nothing to worry. You got nothing to worry, all right? Okay, so next week I also will expose you guys with the marking, all right? Okay, so marking. So how the examiners, okay, how the examiners give you guys marks, all right? Okay, because this is something that I like to expose to my students, all right? Okay, I know most teachers, they don't like to do that, right? Okay, but I like to do this because you know why? Only when the students know how they are given marks, then they will be very careful, all right? They won't do something that can affect their marks, all right? Okay, so I will definitely share with you guys next week on this marks allocation, all right? Okay, on what are the criterias, all right? Okay, we use in order to to mark, all right? Okay, your paper 2 writing, right? Okay, so you don't need to worry about it, right? Okay, paragraphs, okay, like I said, okay, it depends on that requirement, all right? Just now for this particular, this one, there were 3 things they asked, right? There were 3 things they asked. If you were to give, 1 paragraph for the introduction, right? Okay, and you want to give 3 body paragraph for, what do you call this, the requirement, the points, right? Okay, that you need to include, right? Okay, you are welcome to do that, all right? But if you were to, start, the introduction paragraph, you want to straight away go for the point, all right? Also possible, right? It's your choice, okay? But don't go more than, 6 paragraphs lah, right? Okay, that will be not acceptable, right? Okay, but it also depends on the number of details they are asking you to include, right? If they only ask you to include 2 details, right? Okay, well, 4 paragraphs will do, I guess, right? Okay, if they ask you 3, maybe 4 also can. If you want to go 5, can, right? Okay, so I don't think they will ask more than 3 information, 3 details to be included in your essay, right? Okay, so you got nothing to worry, right? Okay, 4 or 5, okay, keep like that, right? Okay, introduction, right? Okay, 2 body paragraphs or 3 body paragraphs, and the conclusion, all right? Okay, so you stick to 120 to 200, right? Okay, all right. Okay, any more questions, guys? Right, if you don't have any more question, can we call it a day? Okay, all are okay with this part 2, right? Okay, any more questions? If anything, please let me know, right? Okay, if you guys are wondering, teacher, what about the words, right? Okay, if you use simple word, is it okay? It's fine, no problem, all right? Okay, no problem, all right? Okay, what about the grammar, right? Okay. All right, okay, no worries, no worries. Okay, it's just part 1 and part 2, right? Okay, that's why I thought of just doing only 1 part, but I think we already finished the 2 easiest part, right? Okay, that's why next week I'm going to focus on part 3, right? Okay, part 3 will be even more, not to say confusing, it will be a little bit heavy for you guys to take it, right? Okay, because that part is a little bit difficult, right? Okay, but don't worry, don't worry. As we go progress, okay, if you guys are not sure about anything, please ask me, and I will give you all the notes to you guys. Okay, let me transfer that all the notes to what do you call this, a Word form or PDF file. Then I will pass it to you guys, so you guys can take the notes and you can keep and you can refer to the notes. And in case you have any questions to ask, feel free to ask. Right? Okay. All right. Okay. I think time is up. Right? Okay. I think we better call it a day. Right? Okay. So we will continue with paper 2 writing. Right? Okay. Part 3 next week. Right? Okay. And so until we see that, right? Okay. So you guys take a good care of yourself, stay safe, and take a good care of yourself. Right? Okay. We will meet again next week. All right. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Muthukurman. Thank you.
Welcome. Welcome, Mr. Kenneth.
Okay, so that's the end for today. Okay, see you.